Video. Today, Canopy Growth Corporation, the ticker is CGC. It is up 24% during the normal trading day, another 14% here after hours. So after hours, you guys, CGC stock is sitting at 78 cents currently at the time of this video, which to me, in my last video last week on CGC, which was just 4 days ago, we're talking about September 1st. Today's September 5th. We're talking about CGC being at 55 cents. So it's up very, very significantly, you guys, from that previous video to now. Like, literally, it is up an insane amount here. Let me go back to Canopy Growth. Oh, CGC stock. We gotta Google it. Let me come back to it. I apologize. Okay, so here it is, right? 77 cents at the time of this video, you guys. It's up well over almost 40% really on the day. Canopy Growth stock is, and if we take a look at the month, right, for Canopy Growth, it was booming right towards the end of last week, or actually since the entire last week. So actually from the beginning, from Monday of last week, is booming. There was obviously some profit selling here, and now going back up once the markets opened. It wasn't open yesterday because of Labor Day. Markets opened back up today, and we're seeing massive buying pressure, and as well as just the price absolutely flying. 76 cents, you guys, at the time of this video. Now, obviously, the news last week was that marijuana, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, is saying that marijuana should be reclassified as a drug, and it's long overdue by the DEA, just pushing cannabis stocks higher across the board, right? We saw Tilray go crazy. We saw multiple cannabis stocks, at least the cannabis stocks that dominate the market. We saw those stocks continue to rise and continue to have extreme, massive amounts of trading volume during that time period. So we can see here, CGC is still riding that wave, but it hasn't, like usually when you see a stock absolutely fly like this, like it was literally at 38 cents and it flew up to 64 cents. Normally, you'd see massive profit selling, in my opinion, here. And again, I'm not a technical analysis chart reader or anything like that, and that's why I don't really share too much of the chart specifically. But we would probably see a ton of profit selling here, in my opinion, and we're not really seeing that at all. I mean, we saw some of it, but it only went down to whatever this price point is here, 55 cents, right? Which is not that low. I mean, we're talking about, it was at 29 cents up to 64, down to 55, and now up to 77 cents now here at the time of this video. Like you can see here, just insane trading volume as well. Third most heavily traded stock on the market today, behind NVOS stock, which I actually just put out a video in regards to NVOS earlier today. Tesla at number 2, which there's a lot of things going on with Tesla right now. So again, let me know in the comments below how you guys are feeling about Tesla. A lot of people are just talking about Tesla stock in general. And then we'd see Canopy Growth here, CGC stock up 123 million in trading volume. Without question, just insane amount of trading volume here, for a marijuana or cannabis penny stock under $1. Pretty crazy, right? So look at this Seeking Alpha article here. Canopy Growth rallies on possible rescheduling of cannabis, time to buy. Now, obviously, this is a Seeking Alpha article, Investor Place article. Any article is an opinion-based article, right, on the internet about a stock. Even this video can be, taken as an opinion-based video, right? There's no, there's facts. Obviously, people are stating facts in articles and things like that. But at the end of the day, the headline or the title or whatever the preface of the article or publication is, it's one's opinion, or the opinion that they're trying to project onto others. So keep that in mind, though. Keep that in mind, sorry. So Canopy Growth stock rallied up 50% based on the news that the U.S. HHS recommended rescheduling cannabis to Schedule 3. Other cannabis LPs and U.S. cannabis support stocks also saw rallies. Tilray, Village Farms, and Grow Generation all experiencing gains. The rescheduling of cannabis and the passage of the SAFE Banking Act could lead to a larger cannabis stock rally and benefit U.S. multi-state cannabis operators. I rate Canopy Growth as a buy for now because it is positioned to enter the U.S. cannabis market via its stock ownership of certain MSOs. And now, since the very beginning of me ever covering cannabis stocks on this channel, I was talking about these Canadian-based companies, specifically like Canopy Growth. I think the other one was sundial Growers, or I think sundial SNDL. And I talked about how they were, putting their foundations in, putting in the groundwork, specifically in the Canadian market. So whenever there was that approval or that regulation at the federal level in the United States, because in the state level, cannabis is regulated or cannabis is legalized on a state level, but not at that federal level. And I've been talking about how a company like cannabis, when that time does come, to fully engulf themselves in the United States market, a company like Canopy Growth would be ready for it, right? So you can see here, because Canopy Growth's current position to enter U.S. markets, I rate the company stock as a buy with high risk rating. If the company stock price returns to $1 per share, then gains of 80% or more may be realized. It is very possible that the stock will see a reverse split before these gains are realized. Canopy Growth is undergoing intense restructuring, and its earnings report for the rest of the year will be only lukewarm. With having been said, the company stock has been bullish over the last month, with price tempting the 60% per share resistance point, which is current price is well over that specific resistance point. So then you can see here this article here on marketing niche. Canadian marijuana exports surge to 160 million Canadian, right? So Canada, the global leader in legal cannabis industry in 2022-2023, exports surged to 160 million, a 50% increase over the previous year. The surge in exports is being driven by a number of factors, including the increasing legalization of cannabis around the world. Now, like I just talked about a minute ago, Canopy Growth, establishing themselves in Canada, is well positioning themselves to dominate the market when the U.S. does legalize it on a federal level. So the legalization of cannabis has created new opportunities for Canadian exporters. Canadian companies are now able to export their products to a much wider range of markets. This has led to a surge of demand in Canadian growth of cannabis, which is known for high quality and consistency. There's also a growing demand for medical cannabis, which we don't need to get too deep into that. Everyone knows kind of where most people, I think medical practitioners and things like that, where they stand as far as their stance on the benefits of medical cannabis specifically, and then the high quality and consistency of Canadian grown cannabis, I guess, is some of the best. Here are some scenarios from the past that will make it possible for the surge in Canadian marijuana exports to happen. In 2018, Canada became the first G7 country to legalize recreational cannabis. In 2020, the pandemic led to a surge of demand for medical cannabis, which we talked about in a previous video on Canopy Growth. And then in 2021, the Canadian government announced that it would be investing 100 million Canadian dollars in the cannabis industry. So they have the help of the Canadian government. Again, I'm reiterating that Canopy Growth very well positioned to, if there is, and I'm not saying this is something that's going to happen very, very soon or anything like that, but with the United States Health and Human Services Department requesting the DEA officials to reclassify marijuana as drug status as a Schedule III substance, if not saying, I don't know when it's going to happen, but if it gets legalized on a federal level in the United States, we could see these cannabis stocks, Canadian-based cannabis stocks, enter the U.S. market and dominate. So I just wanted to show all this shit to you guys. Again, crazy day here for CGC stock. Let me know in the comments below. I think, like I said, just made a video 4 days ago. It was at 55 cents, talking about how it had long-term potential here. Now here we are, less than 5 days later, 77 cents. So drop a like, hit that subscribe button, you guys, and as always, have a great day.